This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today is December 18th, 2024. My name is Cassandra, daughter of Sekhmet, warrior of the light. I am involved and associated with a galactic alliance that encompasses many different extraterrestrial races, including interdimensional beings of light. I have had hundreds, if not thousands, of interactions over the past 12 years. Some have been in the physical, and many have been spiritual. I have had many hundreds out-of-body experiences, and I have also helped well over 500 in the past 12 years with healing, many of which also received direct contact with beings of light. Many have had profound experiences and visitations, even in their hospital rooms. I do not heal anyone, but I have guided many to natural remedies over the many years to help heal their diseases. Please review my Facebook page that goes back many years and has many natural healing remedies. I cannot say the word C-U-R-E, as it's illegal to C-U-R-E anything. In this incarnation, I have been a nurse for almost 30 years that has been put in very unique positions, including working for the federal and state government, including CMS, which is the healthcare arm of the federal government. My role was working in the Complaint Investigation Unit, where I was highly trained as a medical investigator to investigate high-level allegations at medical facilities. I was an IJ specialist. IJ means immediate jeopardy. I also worked for years for the Department of Justice at the Federal Supermax Prison, commonly referred to as the ADX, where there were very high-level inmates being held, including El Chapo and many shot callers for the very dangerous gangs and cartels. This is where I was able to hone and fine-tune and train my skills to be a very powerful spiritual warrior. And my last day at the ADX, I had an inmate call me over to his cell. He wanted to tell me that the inmates see what I do, and that I have captured the heart of the ADX. It was a very profound and powerful moment, and I knew at that time I had completed my mission there. I could say more about the ADX, but I think I'll hold off right now. I have also received intense spiritual training at the highest level with my 26+ visits to the Healing Center in Brazil. The public knows the Healing Center as the John of God Healing Center. We call it the Casa, meaning my home. Over the years at the Casa, I have received many healings. As upon my first visit, my arrival in 2012, I was offered hospice in the United States. The entities of light worked intensely on my physical body, and it took 3 years with their help for me to completely heal. Since then, with every additional visit, I have received powerful visitations, many out-of-body experiences, upgrades, challenges, healings, in the many hundreds, if not thousands. Due to the exacerbation of the mainstream media, many shiver in fear and anger when they hear the name John of God. And some of it rightly so. But some have an unknown anger and hatred for a person and a place for which they have never been. Over 7 million souls, over 7 million people have walked through the gates of the Casa in the last 40 plus years since it opened. But as I have stated in a previous video, which I encourage you to watch if you haven't, John of God did cross the line and became distracted from his mission and has abused women in a manner that is unacceptable. The last visit I made to Brazil last year, I removed the remaining negative energies and put Medium João on notice. Medium João is John of God. We call him Medium João. I had put him on notice that his mission has been revoked and he is no longer allowed to participate in the healing of humanity, but he is more than welcome to humbly return to the healing center for healing himself. Again, I would encourage you to watch the video I did in regards to John of God and the Healing Center in case you haven't seen it. And make up your own mind. As there were many lies and great exaggerations in the mainstream media, and most of their allegations and claims have been found to be lies and false allegations, which have been proven to be lies in the Brazilian courts. Most of the allegations have been dropped, but there are still allegations of rape and abuse to some women that are still being processed and investigated. But the lie of 600 women being raped has been proven false. Again, I am not supporting rape at any level. It is unacceptable. But the media and an NGO were involved in creating a mass hysteria to prevent people from coming to the healing center. There's a lot of misinformation there. A lot of people say, oh, he was Oprah's guru. Oprah was there one time for a few hours. And if it was her guru, why did she turn and attack on him viciously to take him out? Don't you think she would protect her friends? That makes more sense to me. Oprah has also interviewed, I think, in her entire career, if that is even the same organic Oprah, over 30,000 people. Are all of those people her gurus or demons or demonic people? Of course not. Of course not. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes that most are not aware of. Again, if John of God was her guru, why did she attack him and take him down? Again, the courts have found that much of the exaggerated claims, the horrific 600, the baby farming, etc., are unfounded. So those were lies that were generated by an NGO. Did John of God rape some women? Yes, he did. But of course, the mainstream media will not give an update on what was dropped and what was found unfounded, because they sell drama. And they want to keep people in a state of fear. Because who runs the media? You can't have people healed on a donation basis without the use of pharmaceuticals. It digs into their profits. With the over 7 million souls that have walked through the gates of the Casa over the past 40-some years, there have been many more millions long-distance healing. Many people that came to visit also brought pictures and names of others who are requesting a long-distance healing. So there have been many tens of millions that have been healed or received a blessing of some sort through those gates at the Casa. But unfortunately, John of God gave them a reason to take it down. If he would have stayed on his godly path, focused on his mission rather than taking advantage of some women, those gates would be overflowing still with thousands of people a day. But it is his bad choices that took it down to a very thin drip. Moving forward, I am a highly trained warrior of the light. I am also a high-ranking member of the intergalactic version of the Supreme Court. In this lifetime, in this incarnation, I have also received experience working many years in prisons, including Jackson State Penitentiary in Michigan, which is a maximum security prison. I've also worked at Ely State Prison, a Nevada Department of Corrections prison, which is a maximum security. I was the death row nurse, culminating into working for the Department of Justice at the Federal Supermax. I am highly trained on how to handle very dangerous inmates. And with this experience, I now currently run and have opened a prison in the higher realms, and it is similar to the Federal Supermax ADX. This prison in the higher realms in the lower fourth holds some of the most dangerous and evil creatures that I have been personally involved with arresting and placing in my prison, that is designed to hold the worst of the worst until true justice can be placed upon them. This is a prison that Randy Kramer and I discussed in 2014 when I met him while volunteering at ECETI Ranch. This is just a brief explanation of who I am and what I'm all about. What you are receiving right now is the tip of the iceberg. It would take a series of videos over months to explain who and what I am and the experiences that I've had. But I'm not here to convince anybody of anything, and I understand this message is not for everyone because many cannot comprehend what I have to say. I have prepared myself over the years with intense dedication and focus to my mission, which my mission involves direction from Prime Creator and support from the Galactic Alliance, including interdimensional beings of light. In 2012, when my physical body was going to pass one night, Jesus and Mary came to me in a very profound way, and they have been with me ever since. My spiritual family has saved me and my life numerous times because they knew the great importance of my mission, which is now coming to a head on this day at my age of 57. At 57, I feel great. I have no pain. I am strong. focused and ready to complete what I have been sent here to do. For my safety and the safety of others at this point in time, I can only say so much. But what I will say is in the next week is to ask you to be in a state of high vibration. Be in a state of peace and love. Be with your families. Forgive each other and open your heart up to God, and you will feel God's vibration like a stampede of bison coming into the earth to remove and take out the root of evil. I was given an update about the drones. Most are man-made, and they are frantically seeking a portal. It will be a great surprise when they do finally find it, because it's nowhere where they're looking, and they're on a goose chase. The galactics are one step ahead of them, and God is way smarter. This has been a war that has been going on for a very, very long time. It's been a war against God, the God of love and creation, versus a demonic force that thrives on suffering, control, selfishness, ego, E-G-O, edging God out. Thank you, Dr. Wayne Dyer. And power over others. They are disgusted by anything godly. The demons, they thrive on human suffering. They withhold healing modalities to promote more suffering. They laugh and thrive at a slow, painful, horrific death. They eat that energy like heroin, like crack to them. It's called loosh. Suffering energy, fear. They thrive on it. It is their crack. They laugh and thrive at a slow death. They eat your children and babies and turn them into sex slaves. They play with your genetics and do anything they can to disconnect your telomeres, your antenna that bring in the God frequency. Humanity's entire existence has been perverted, and their time is up. Father has asked me many times over the past 12 years, are you ready, Cassandra, to continue and fulfill your mission? Because it's very powerful and it's very dangerous. And each time I knelt and put my head down, like the picture of my armor of God, and say, Father, I am ready to be of service to humanity. Most will have no clue at who and what I am and the things I have already done for humanity. I'm not famous, nor am I well known. Like many men in the UFO disclosure spiritual arena, many of the names that you would recognize which many have tried to squash my message because they surely didn't help promote me, including a media company that's well known, starts with a G, ends with an A. Controlled opposition. I have met in person a dozen or more famous names that you would all recognize. I have spent sometimes hours with them, sometimes days, sometimes many months. I will say, many of these men are using their position to feed their predatory urges and the needs and wants of money, fame, and sexual gratification. You know who you are. Yes, John of God was one of them. But you need to refocus on your mission. Humble yourself. Quit the drinking. Quit the womanizing. Quit fighting for a higher paying speaking job at a conference. Quit focusing on selling your books and products and your high cost healing modalities. There's one guy out there asking $1,300 for a healing session. Are you serious? Patriarchal control is at its end, and you'll find the rise of the divine feminine to bring in peace, healing, a cleanup crew, and balance to the world. This has been a male-dominated society for many years, culminating in many wars, deaths, raping, pedophilia, slave trade, on and off planet. Thank you, President Eisenhower, for signing the treaty that allows an exchange of human experimentation for you to get technology. That has gotten out of hand. Instead of being a state of creation, we are at the epitome of destruction. But on a higher level, it was a grand lesson. Everything humanity has been through has been a beautiful test for the soul. With great suffering comes great transformation. Never forget the lesson. It was a gift. It was a gift that will go down in Akashic record history as some of the greatest lessons a soul could ever experience. Prime creator, source, God, whatever you call it, has allowed free will in this 3D reality for the purpose of creation. With that, God has also learned a lot. This will most likely be my last message until the first of the year. For those with ears to hear, I ask that you open up your heart chakra, ignite your inner crystal, close your eyes and turn on your beacon of light for source energy to connect with, and open up your own portal of light with the intent to reach source God energy. With that intention, you will be a distraction to the dark, and you will be able to assist me in the completion of my mission. I ask that you every day with the intent to connect with Source God, pure energy of white light. Send out your beacon, your homing device, activate your inner crystal so that the dark is distracted, chasing their tail, trying to find what they are seeking. Because I know what they are seeking. I know what they're looking for. I mentioned in a video a year or two ago how to become a 5G tower, meaning a fifth dimensional 5G, 5 God tower. This is the time to turn it on. It's as simple as closing your eyes with the intention to open up your heart chakra and turn on a bright inner crystal that's in your chest and beam it to the heavens. That also tells God that you are ready to bring in the frequency of ascension. It tells God that you have faith and no fear. It tells God that you want to participate in neutralizing the dark by bringing in the light. It tells God you want to participate in ending this spiritual war and become of one of God's troops. The more that hear this message, the more that do this, the more help that I get. If you are hearing my message for the first time and you don't know who I am or what I'm about, I ask you to please listen to my videos on BitChute. My channel is named Purple Lion Project. I do have a YouTube channel, but YouTube has taken down some of my videos and some of the ones that have gone viral. So YouTube is not a complete list of my videos. So you won't find all of my videos there, only some of them. I also have a Rumble channel called Purple Lion Project, but not all of my videos are downloaded. There again, the best place to go is BitChute, and my channel name is Purple Lion Project. There will be many listening to this particular video on both sides, including my enemy. Know that I'm coming for you. But I want you to know, God always gives you another chance. Tap out now because it's a done deal. Because if I have to come after you and get you, it might be too late. Good night, everyone. Peace be with you, and have faith. Faith is your connection to God, and the more faith that you have, the clearer and stronger the connection that you will have to Source God energy. The Lion of Judah is here. There's a lot of information in this video, and a lot will come to you intuitively every time you listen to it. Tap into your heart, connect with God, And please turn on your 5G tower. This is the time. Thank you.